Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. Sorry I've been MIA yet again. I've just been having the most difficult time trying to find time to film. It's really hard when I get home from work. I'm just so exhausted. But I did want to get this done because I know I keep saying I wanted to finish my declutter series, like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Clearly didn't get to do that. I just need to, I think, figure out a day where I can sit down and film like 5 videos, and that way I have videos to post ahead of time, but I just haven't figured that out yet. It's just been really crazy. So I am sitting in my living room today, and I'm doing this video with a little bit of a different style again, moving back to like what I was doing last year and also what I did with my FabFits unboxing. I just thought this would be a little bit more comfortable, and I like the background here a little bit better because it's not as plain. I'm hoping that the sound is better. I know my last video, I think it was like around the 3-minute mark, it went really weird because it had a hissing sound in the background, and I don't know if I just missed removing the noise from that clip, but I promise you I am going to get better at that. I think I was editing and I was half asleep, so I don't know. I mean, I'm not a very technical person, so I don't really know a lot of this stuff to do with equipment and whatnot, but I'm learning. Yeah, so I hope the sound is better because I know in the last one it was a bit rough at some points in the video because I think I was editing while I was half asleep, and I think I just missed changing some of the audio settings. I don't know, maybe I just forgot to reduce the noise on that clip. I don't know what I did. I'm so sorry. But I still hope you enjoyed that Get Ready with me. Oh, also, I don't know if you noticed, but I did get my hair done. I absolutely love it. My hairdresser is also actually on here on YouTube. Her channel is Cosmic Shaifa, and she does a lot of tarot reading and that kind of thing. So if you do enjoy that, you should go follow her. But you can also follow her on Instagram, and her what is it called, a handle? Her handle is Shaifa Hair and Makeup, or Shaifa Makeup and Hair. I'll leave it down in the down bar. I'm going to do my eyeshadow palette declutter. I don't really have a lot of eyeshadow palettes. Maybe for like a normal person who doesn't really collect makeup, it's probably a low number, but then for someone like, I guess, who doesn't really wear a lot of makeup, aka me, they are quite a bit, but I don't think I'm going to get rid of a ton, so I'm sorry if this is going to be kind of a crappy declutter video, because I know a lot of declutter videos where you don't really end up decluttering anything aren't really exciting to watch. But I thought I'd do it anyways, because then you kind of get to see what I have in my eyeshadow palette collection. I think I already know how this is going to go. So, but yeah, let's get into the video, and I'm going to go ahead and hopefully declutter some of my eyeshadow palettes. I have the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette. I don't really buy a lot of Morphe products. I feel like this might be the only Morphe thing that I own. I think so. I think I owned, well, I have brushes. I love their brushes, but for like makeup products, this is the only one I own, I think, for palettes and stuff. I did own the beauty sponge, but then again, that's like a tool. So I kept the little plastic sleeve, but basically it looks like this. I'm just holding it upside down, so it's not in order. It starts here and then goes. But I do actually really quite like this palette. I like that it doesn't have a lot of color. I have a little bit of color option, but I did use this a couple times. I haven't really used it, I think, for colorful looks, but I think I might give it a go with that. But this one's really nice to kind of travel with. It's like kind of an all-in-one palette. I don't really need to bring too many. I can just bring this one. So I am going to keep this one because I do get a lot of use out of this, I feel. That one is staying. I'll do these little ones. Well, I don't even have a lot of little ones. I only have one of these little like quad things from the drugstore. It's a Revlon Photo Ready Impressionist palette, or a little quad, and the number 505. This is so old. I've had this for so long. On that one I've hit pan quite a bit, and that's the only shade from this palette, the little eye shape one, that I like to use. But I feel like I probably have other things now that I can use them because this is so old. This must be like from I don't know if it's from high school. I think it's like just after high school. So it's quite old. I feel like this is probably 2008 or 2009. So I think I'm going to get rid of that one because I don't know if I want to go with bold powder on my eyes, even though I know powder doesn't really go bad unless it smells bad, but I have other things. I don't need that. All right, so this one I'm on the fence about. This is by The Balm, and it's called In the Balm of Your Hand, and it's the Volume 2 palette. So it has like a pretty decent sized mirror, but it comes with, I think it's these four are eyeshadow shades. So the first four eyeshadow shades, this is the Mary Luminizer highlighter. This is the Bahama Mama bronzer, and then you get 3 blushes in Down Boy, Fat Boy, and Instain. Yeah, I think it's Instain. I like this palette because I feel like it's nice and easy for traveling when you're on short trips and you don't want to carry a lot of makeup. But I don't know if I'm going to keep this because I feel like I just don't dip into it enough, and I don't really travel that much. So I don't feel like I would ever actually use this up. I feel like there's probably someone in my life that'll get some good use out of this. So I'm going to give that one away to someone. Okay, and then I have one by ColourPop. This is really dirty, so I'm sorry about that. But it's the Cute AF. I think it's, okay, so I don't know. Is this called a Yes Please? Yeah, I guess it's called a Yes Please Pressed Powder Shadow Palette. But it says Cute AF, so I don't know. Is it called Cute AF or is it called Yes Please? I remember when this came out, everyone was calling it the Yes Please palette, so I don't know. Why does it say Cute AF? This one doesn't have a mirror. It just has the ColourPop logo there. You can't really bend it backwards, so I'm just going to hold it like this. It's got a lot of warm tones. Some nice like yellows and coppers. I really love using it for this shade. One of my, oh no, actually maybe I used a different palette. I might have used this too actually. I posted a photo on my Instagram where I had like kind of a yellow eyeshadow look with a little bit of teal on the lower lash line. But I think I did use this one in the crease or something. I'll show you the other yellow that I used in a bit. But I think I am going to keep this. I don't really love like this metallic or like the gold metallic, but the matte shades in here are really good. And I really like this kind of copper shade in this orange. So I think I'll keep this just for video purposes. I think I'll actually be able to get some use out of that. Plus, I feel like some of these tones, I don't know, maybe I do have repeats in other palettes. I can reevaluate another time, but I'm going to keep it for now. Okay, this one is a sentimental one, so I think I will keep it. Although I know someone who loves this palette, and I feel like I didn't love it as much as I thought I would. I need to give it another chance, I think, and just maybe try and play with the eyeshadows in a different way. But it's the Tartiste Pro palette, and it comes with a huge mirror, but I'm just gonna show you this bit here with the shadows. So you get all these matte shades. You get 16 of those, and you get 4 metallics. I got this one as a part of my, like, I guess the makeup and stuff that I was given at my wedding. So yeah, I think I'm going to keep this one. I'm going to give it another chance. I do really like the metallics. It's the matte shadows that I feel like I have a bit of difficulty blending. But I can work with them, and it smells so good. It smells like vanilla. Keeping that one. Here's another one I think I'm going to get rid of. And I think I might know who I'm going to give this to, but this is the Violet Voss Pro Eyeshadow Palette. It's the hashtag palette. I think that's what it's called. I mean, the packaging is like nice and sturdy, but I just feel like I wish they did something different with their logo and the design of it. It just kind of looks cheap for the price that it is. My sleeve just fell out, but you get a nice size mirror with that one too. And here is what the shadows look like. So you get the top line is all matte, and then you have a whole row of metallics. This one, that one's a matte, and then you get that one as a matte. That one's not completely matte. It's got a little bit of shimmer in it, but I bought this mainly for like the purples, like this one, and I really liked this one actually, but I'm not going to keep it for the one shade. I've barely touched that row. I think I've used some of the yellows maybe, but I don't know. It's just not one I gravitate towards, and I feel like they're colors I have in other palettes that I don't necessarily need to keep this. But I have an aunt who is a makeup artist, so I think I'm going to pass it on to her. She knows who she is. If she's watching this, she's getting that palette. Okay, and then I have two by Juvia's Place. I have the Nubian. And this isn't, I think they came out with minis. I don't have the minis, I just have the full-size ones. But it's a really good neutral palette. But I do really like this one. I've traveled with it a lot. I've used it a lot. I think I've used it for a couple of videos in the beginning when I started in 2019, the beginning of 2019. Yeah, but I did use quite a bit of these shades. I do really like this peach one. There's quite a dip in there. There are a couple that I haven't used, like this one. And it's probably because I have them in other palettes, but I'm going to go ahead and keep that. I love Juvia's Place eyeshadows, actually. I tried a palette my husband's coworker lent to me, and it was the Masquerade palette, and oh my god, the colors, the pigment, the payoff, the blending, it was just amazing. So I had to go ahead and order some for myself. So I got the Nubian, and then I got the Zulu. I got this one because it has such beautiful bright shades, but that's the other yellow that I used in that look that I posted on my Instagram, and I think that's the teal, and I might have used a little bit of this one. I haven't really used a lot of the other colors. Like I haven't used the orange, I haven't used the purple, I haven't used the pink or the green, but I've used the yellow, and the teals. I think I just haven't used them because I haven't had the opportunity to do so, but they're just so good that I cannot get rid of this. I am going to keep this forever for whenever I do need color. The only downside about this is the time that I ordered this, it only came in the large pans, and this is a lot of eyeshadow. Like, I don't need this much eyeshadow. This is going to last me 5 generations, probably. But I'm going to keep it because I've already spent the money on it, so I'll make use of what I can. But I wish I'd waited, or I wish they had the mini palettes to begin with, because I would have just ordered one of those. Okay, and then I have some Urban Decay palettes, only 2. I have the Urban Decay Born to Run. I love this palette. The colors in this are so pretty. And I don't know if they were trying to go for a whole, like, travel palette with this, because it's called Born to Run, and it's got kind of like a travel theme on the front. But I think this is a really good travel palette because you have like everything you need in here. You've got an ample amount of transition shades. You've got some matte shades, some shimmers. You've got a black. It's not a true matte black, but it is quite, like, I feel like it's quite dark that you can't really tell. But yeah, no, I think it has a good range of colors. I really enjoy this palette, so I'm going to keep that one. I think this is probably one of my most used palettes, and it's probably one of my newer ones. Actually, that's a lie. The Huda one that I'll show you in a bit, that one's probably my most used, I think. And that one's my newest. Nope, second newest. But I'm keeping that one. I'm going to get rid of this one, though. This is the Back Talk palette. A coworker of mine, who's a really, really good friend of mine, her and I decided we were going to order this when it went on sale at Sephora. It was like $29. Okay, great deal, right? Because you get, I'm just going to pop out. I really hate this packaging because it opens like in half, and then this little mirror comes out. Don't like that. But basically you get one side of eyeshadow palettes, you get 8 shades, and then you get 4 cheek colors, of which I think 1 or 2 are highlighters. I think this is supposed to be like a blush topper, and that's the highlight, but this is so shimmery I would never put it on my cheeks. I don't go for that kind of look. I've never used this. I've swatched it, I think, and that's about it. I've never used it. I'm either going to give this to my mom or away to someone if they want it, but I'm not keeping that one. I think my friend can agree that this palette was her biggest regret, and I think she still has hers, so she hasn't used it either. I think she hasn't even opened her box. But that's that. Okay, and then I have 2 Huda palettes. I have a Huda Beauty Mauve Obsessions, the little mini ones. I love this palette. This one's gotten a lot of love from me. I think I posted a mauve eyeshadow or makeup look on my Instagram as well. This is what I used for that. Obsessed. It's called Obsessions. I'm obsessed. It's a really good palette. And of course I have dog hair in it. But yeah, no, the colors are just really pretty. I feel like I look at it and I remember Valentine's Day. Like that's just what I get when I look at it. It's super, super pretty. Keeping that. Also, it's kind of nice to just throw in your bag. I mean, if you're going out for the night and you just want to kind of like swipe on eyeshadow with your fingers, you totally can. And then I have the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. This is hands down one of my favorites. I, for a long time, hummed and hawed about this and I didn't buy it. And then it went on sale for, I want to say $56 Canadian. And then I think I had like a 20% off, I want to say, on top of that. So it came to like, oh, I don't know, it came to like $50 something with tax. It was really, really, really affordable compared to the $85 that we have to pay in Canada. No way. So pretty. I love the shades in here. Literally, when I originally looked at this palette, I wanted it for this shade right here called Twilight. And I've never used that shade. But I love these two right here. I'm wearing this one called Cashmere on my lid today. But I love using like these 4 matte shades. Absolutely love. Beautiful palette. Okay, so lastly, I'm going to go through my Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes. I think out of like the new launches, when I actually started getting into makeup, this was my new palette, or my like first palette. So my husband actually got me this for Christmas one year, and I think it was during the time when it was so hard to get. I don't know how he got a hold of it. I think his coworker helped him get it, but I love this palette. I've done a lot of damage on this Primavera shade here, but this was supposed to be in my project pan last year and I miserably failed at it, but I did use it whenever I could. This shade's also been used quite a bit, so I am going to do a project pan probably this year, but I don't know if I'm going to include this palette in that. We'll see. I'm kind of sick of using this. I don't know. For now, I'm bored of it, but I'll go back to it. And then because I loved that palette so much, I fell in love with the tones in this Subculture palette. And I know there was like a huge controversy about it because there's so much kickback and people just were not loving this palette. I still love it. I think it's a really good palette. I love the shades in here. I will admit they are a little bit more difficult to work with, a lot harder to blend and try to, you know, keep on your eyelids and whatnot. But I think if you can use a good base and you can find a way to make them work and you go in with a light hand, I feel like they work. I love these kind of tones. And I haven't been able to find another palette like this anyways, but I do really enjoy this. So I'm going to keep this one. And I'm also keeping my last Anastasia palette, which is the Prism palette. I also really loved the tones in here, and I mainly bought it because this bright spear color is just gorgeous. And I've probably worn it a couple times. I think I used it on my inner corner at some point with the purple. Just love it. These 3 matte shades are super pretty, and I love that it has a super jet black eyeshadow in there, but keeping that one. And we're down to my last eyeshadow palette, which has not even been opened yet. This is the Tati Beauty eyeshadow palette. It's, what is it, the Textured Neutrals, I think. Volume 1 is what it's called. Still in the sleeve. And oh my god, I haven't even, guys, oh, it's just got kickback, or not kickback, but it's just got a little powderiness. I have not even swatched this, like not even touched it. I think when I got it in the mail, I opened it, I looked at it, and I was like, oh my god, and I just put it back, and I haven't used it. But I really like the concept of this palette. These glitter shades are so cool. I don't have any pressed glitter, so I'm excited to have this palette. I think this will be a really good travel palette for me too, because you can do so many variations of looks with this. But yeah, I am definitely keeping this because I spent a lot of money trying to get it. And I waited a very long time for it to come. I just haven't had the opportunity to use it, but I will do some videos with this eventually. I've got rid of 3 palettes in a little dinky thing. I'm just going to quickly count how many I got. I can't obviously hold them all up. Okay, so I just counted my palettes and I have a grand total of 12. and I'm getting rid of 3 plus the 1 little quad. I think that's a pretty decent job considering how many palettes I had. I feel like if I had way more, I would have expected to get rid of a lot more. I already knew in the back of my head that those were the ones. The only one that I wasn't sure about was that the Balm palette, whatever it was called, this one, the Balm in Your Hands, volume 2. It's a nice palette, but I just don't think I need it. I have other bronzers and blushes that I love, and I know it's so hard to go through those products, so don't need it. Yeah, so I think I'm going to go ahead and do my single eyeshadows in a completely different video. I might not even do that right away because I don't think I need to just yet. I don't see myself getting rid of a lot of those because I do like some of those shades, and it's nice to be able to go dip into some of them, but we'll see what we're able to get rid of maybe in a future video. I think the next video that I'll do is probably my no-buy rules. I'm doing pretty good with my no-buy, but I figured out some rules and I'm going to do a low-buy instead. Alright, so I guess that's all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope that the volume or audio adjustment in this video is a lot better thanks to the new mic that I have. I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you've done an eyeshadow declutter recently, or like an eyeshadow palette declutter, let me know in the comments below because I love watching eyeshadow palette declutters. I feel like they're the most satisfying. I don't know why. And lipstick declutters. So if you have either of those videos posted on your channel, let me know and I'll go subscribe and watch. But thank you so much for watching, and if you're not subscribed yet, I would love for you to subscribe. If you can go ahead and hit that like button down below, that would help me so much as well. And share this video with your family and friends if you feel like they would enjoy it too. That's all for this one. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.